Hiya, it's Vishali. I am back at Chelsea's training ground in Cobham to bring you a pre-Watford versus Chelsea vlog. Now, there were two really interesting bits to Antonio Conte's press conference today. I want to start off with Conte and his future. Remember that, there's so much speculation about Conte and whether or not he will be leaving Chelsea. Now, this week, the speculation has surrounded whether or not he could leave Chelsea to take back up the Italian national team job. Remember, he left the national team to come to manage Chelsea in 2016, and it's all kind of come off the back of comments from the Italian Football Federation's commissioner and the vice commissioner. They've both said that Conte is keen on taking the job, and the vice commissioner said he'll be travelling to London to speak to Conte and Carlo Ancelotti. Well, Conte said he doesn't have any plans to talk to Costa Curta, the vice commissioner, about taking that job. And he actually said today he intends on seeing out the rest of his deal at Chelsea. So, of course, his deal ends in 2019. Speculation's been about whether or not he'll leave this summer, so 1 year early. But today he said he's staying on, and his desire and his will is to stay on. So from his point of view, he wants to remain at Chelsea. Whether or not Chelsea want him to remain past this season, well, let's see. But he has said today and stated that his desire and will is to remain at the club. So good news for all Chelsea fans. I'm a big fan of Conte. I think he's done a fantastic job at Chelsea. I think this season's certainly been very difficult for him, particularly given their squad, lack of squad depth, I'd say. But let's see what they can do in the second half of the season, because they do now have a bit of reinforcements with Giroud and Palmieri, which brings me nicely onto team news for the Watford game, because Giroud is unlikely to start against Watford, but I think he will be on the bench, and actually I think he'll come on at some point. It looks likely that Conte's going to start up front with Hazard, and then because Willian looks like he'll come back from injury, it will be Willian on the wing and Pedro on the other side. So I think it'll be a bit more of a creative false number 9 kind of setup than you saw against Bournemouth, because of course Hazard started that game up front. It didn't work, did it? But that was also because he had Barkley. So I think if you have Willian back in that lineup, it will be a bit of a different proposition. In terms of defence, Christensen is still out. So I've been told that David Luiz trained fully today. So I actually think Luiz might come back into the centre of that 3-man defence, because Cahill, he struggled when he was pushed into that position once Christensen got injured against Bournemouth. So I think you'll have a backline of Azpilicueta, David Luiz and Antonio Rudiger. I'll be at that game between Watford and Chelsea. It's my first trip to Vicarage Road, so I'm really looking forward to it. Join me next week for another matchday vlog.